We're having a baby.
In Africa.
That's crazy. Shalom YouTube family, welcome back to our channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the family.
In today's video, we're going to get into a little bit about how we feel about the pregnancy, about having a baby. This is our first baby, so I guess our expectations, our thoughts, our fears.
And just moving forward. How do you feel about having a baby in Africa, my love?
I would rather have a baby in Africa than in America, but I don't really have like a huge thing about that. It's the having a baby in general that's new to me. It's more of the having the baby than having a baby in Africa.
This is our first one, so it should be an experience to say the least.
For me.
For us. We're pregnant.
Me, I'm pregnant.
I think it's amazing that we're having a baby in Africa. This is going to be the first generation to be born in our whole family right here in Africa, Tanzania, Africa.
Yeah, that we know of. I mean, some people that we don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that we know of.
Yeah. But our families thought this was so crazy when we first told them, because we found out she was pregnant when we still was in America.
Like right before we were about to leave. Like everything was a done deal. Like I think we found out we had already booked our tickets. We had already booked the Airbnb to stay in. He had already quit his job, and I think like the day after I put in my 2 weeks notice at work, that's when we found out. So it was going down regardless.
Yeah. Needs to say our family didn't like that too much.
They were excited. They were happy. Yeah. But I think it was more of a, so y'all still going, or you gonna have baby and then go kind of situation. And we was like, nah, we paid for the plane tickets already.
Yeah.
It's paid for, it's booked. Yeah.
But our experience here so far has been perfect. I feel like going to the hospital, the ultrasound.
That's why we went to the hospital. When I said we had went to the hospital for a doctor's appointment, and we talked about it in the previous video where I said the food was real good. The food was so good, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
But that's why we were at the hospital. We got an ultrasound. We saw the baby moving, which is so crazy. They were doing like this in the ultrasound, and I was like, that's crazy.
Very exciting. I think that's what like actually made it real, seeing the baby move.
Yeah. And hearing the heartbeat, that was pretty awesome.
Because before it was like, oh, you pregnant, but you wasn't getting big and really wasn't growing that much because you were still so early. And then to see the baby move and just everything that we experienced that day.
So I'm gonna say this: I was pregnant before, and we actually had a miscarriage in January. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was just like, I don't know. I guess I was just like, let's just see what happens. I wasn't like trying to be excited at all. Yeah. So when we went to the hospital, I was like super nervous.
Yeah.
Because we previously, the first doctor's appointment, the last time, I actually had a miscarriage like at like 2 o'clock in the morning, the day we were supposed to go to the first appointment. So when they did the ultrasound, there was no baby. So it was like super emotional. So then when we were in the waiting area in the hospital, I was just like so nervous.
Yeah, she looked at me and she was like, I'm overwhelmed with all
I was like, I'm low key about to cry.
And I can say I was honestly really nervous too, but I wanted to be strong for the both of us because the past experience was really hard for us. So just the Most High blessing us with another baby and then experiencing what we did at the hospital just gave us so much joy. Like we left, we couldn't stop smiling. We both was
right. It was like I had been holding my breath for like all of these weeks, and then once we saw the baby moving and heard the heartbeat, it was like I could breathe. You know.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on being a mom in 2021?
In 2021, so you just took the
to the next level.
You took the question to a whole other level.
In the pandemic.
During a pandemic. Okay. Okay, let's start with the being a mom. So I feel like it's a huge responsibility that I'm low-key nervous about. Like I feel like you mold your children into what they're gonna be. Like I have mannerisms and stuff from my mother that I wouldn't even notice. Like nothing that you like really taught me, but I'll be standing away or I'll say something and I'll be like, dang, my mama does that. And it's like so it's like you really have to think like and pay attention to what you're doing, because it's like your kids are gonna pick it up regardless of you, which makes me nervous. It makes me like all the things that I do that's wrong, I need to stop like now. Like, because I feel like I don't want to be passing on anything bad, and then I want to be great, but then I don't know what I'm doing.
We never know, right? We're not gonna know what we're doing because this is our first one,
right?
But I feel like it just, for one, it's a blessing from the Most High,
absolutely.
And for two, I think my thoughts on having my first child is just being there, because a lot of our people grow up without having a father in the house.
Very true. And
don't have that father figure, and the world tells them how to be a man, which is not usually the righteous way of going about it. So I want to, whether it's my daughter or my son, and if we have a son, more so focus on just grooming him into a real man, what a real righteous man is.
Right.
And be there every step of the way, and just be that role model that he can look after and model himself after.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Our lifestyle here is so different, and like the first time I was pregnant, we were thinking like, what are we gonna do? We both have to work, and who's gonna watch the baby? And like, who do you trust to watch your baby? And do you want to send your kid to a daycare with strangers? I don't. I mean, I know people do that, but I don't want to. So I'm like, the situation we're in now, where we're both gonna actually be able to be there, is like huge to me. And I feel like, I don't know, I wish my parents were around all the time when I was a kid, and that's not the case. So.
Because work, right?
Yeah,
being in America,
being
in America, you have to work. You have to be able to provide for your kids, which causes you to have to put your kids in daycare. So, what do you think the most exciting part is about having a baby?
Having like a piece of both of us. Like, it's so crazy, like when I think about the fact that we're pregnant, like there's like a you and a me happening in there right now, which is still like okay, we all know where babies come from, but it's like, I don't know, I guess I'm just like that. Like, you might know how things work, but once it's happening to you, it feels different. I guess is how I feel.
I think I'm most excited about just being able to play with a newborn. I love, like,
you can't just play with a newborn.
You can play with them. You can play with them, like move around, make them dance, do crazy stuff.
He's trying to give our baby whiplash for a couple days.
But it's exciting. Like, I love babies. So to have my own baby,
this one,
play with it all day.
He's been wanting a baby since probably forever. Yeah. Forever. And I always tell myself with kids, it's the pregnancy part that made me feel away, and the actual giving birth to a baby, that part, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be okay, because I'm about to be praying so hard.
So I know there's a huge misconception from people in the West about having babies here in Africa, like it's very dangerous and unsafe. What have your experience been like here?
People have been having babies everywhere since the beginning of time, so I'm not worried about it like that. And I know the Most High is gonna take care of me, so I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna push, and we're gonna have a baby.
I think what blew my mind was how cheap it was. The doctor was saying from the start all the way to the end, from when they delivered a baby, it was only $500.
Yeah, I think she said like 500 USD.
And we told her the price in America that
like
would even be a copay.
Be, right?
You gonna pay thousands on thousands of dollars to have a baby in America. She was like, what?
Right.
Are you serious?
Right. So it's different.
So how do you feel about now having our families here when you have the baby?
I don't know, because honestly, having a baby is not like I was gonna try to have them all in the room anyway. Awkward. But not having them there to like see and stuff, I don't know. I feel like it sucks, but I feel like it sucks more for them than for us, because they don't want to be there, So
I think that.
But I mean, they could always be here. I mean, I can't guarantee when the baby's gonna come. It could be early, it could be late. I don't know, but they could always come after the baby's born as soon as they want to. Yah willing, because of what's happening in the world right now. So,
I think probably the biggest downside is, you know, our baby not consistently being around like our family.
So what is it specifically that makes you excited about having a baby in Africa?
For one, it would be the family dynamic here. I feel like it's more of a family culture here, and it's a literal village mentality. Seeing all the kids out here playing, all the elders watching them, and you don't really even have to worry about somebody snatching your kids up because everybody hands on and literally care about your children. Also, I think the food not being poison, having to feed our baby, you know, poison, and then seeing all the crazy stuff that happened in America, all the wickedness that happened on a continual basis, just the shootings, the violence, the racism, just everything that we had to experience growing up. Obviously, there's going to be some difficulties and challenges being here, but there's certain things that we had to deal with in the West that they won't have to deal with here.
Overall, we're really excited to have a baby. We're excited to see, you know, what's going to happen in this new chapter of our lives. And we're excited to bring y'all along with us for the ride.
Yeah.
Not every second, but you know.
We just want to also thank you guys so much for staying here this long and watching us all the way through. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. We love you, family. Shalom.
Shalom.